Hello, everyone. First off, hi. I'm not sure how many, let's see, according to the computer, there's 39 people here. Before some people ask, yes, I am in a different room. Um, the apartment that I live in, my craft room, my craft table is right next to a bush that it's landscaping day today. And like literally right before I got set up in here, they were all, and so I was just like, you know what? Plus there's better light in here. So I don't know. I may end up doing it from here. Anyway, I don't know. From here on out, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Not to mention my camera is set up on my chair that I do all my filming at my dining room table. So, but I want to quickly say hello to everybody, and then I have like a little mini unboxing. All I have done is take it out of the package. I have not taken it out of the stuff here. But first off, I want to say, as always, Lee, thank you so much. He takes out the trash, recycles, puts out a variety of finger foods and snacks, places soft drinks and various waters on the table, puts out some white, dark, and milk chocolate fountains, pretzels, marshmallows, and fruits for everyone. Welcome to Mystery of Diamonds. Help yourself. Come on in, grab a snack, and hit the like button on the way to your seat. Specialty trays for the draglings of cookies and cupcakes. We always love that Lee has us all hooked up with snacks and treats and everything. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Right, the table looks amazing. Let's see. Hello, Sherry. We have two Sherrys back to back. Hey, Sherry Morja. Hello, Christine from Florida. Same here, Florida. Hello, Erin and Susan and Sarah Ann and Linda, Robin Pennington, another Linda, Matt. Kim got a new groove. Hello, happy St. Patrick's Day. Boop, boop. I did not get my stuff together to make a St. Patrick's Day meal. I was going to do shepherd's pie. So good thing about living in the city, even though I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. We have a, if it's not sold out anyway, we have a Cracker Barrel and they have a version of a shepherd's pie, and so I may be ordering that unless, like I said, it's sold out because it's St. Patrick's Day. Hello, Crafty Jack. How are you? Hello, Shells and Cheryl and Cindy and Michelle. I know, right? I'm excited to see what all the draglings have in store. Hello, Marion. Hello, Cindy. Hey, Alyssa. Pamela. Let's see. Sue, hello, my girl. Brenda, hello, Bernice. Oh, from Western New York. Woo-hoo. Place I want to go to New York so bad. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Sue Bell. It jumped on me. Hello, Jen. Nancy, Peggy, Diamond Dumpling. Hello, Natalia. Hello, Carolyn, Donna, Judy, Bonnie, Heidi. I know, right? Lee does have the best snacks. Cat Hair and Chaos. Hello. Hello, Tammy and Wendy and Deborah. Crafterita's Creations from Southwest Florida. I'm in North something, Florida. Guessed it really Northeast. Hello, Lauren. Okay, so since I got to the bottom of the hellos, and if I miss anybody while I'm doing this, but Natalia is in the chat, and she is Craftspiration. She's one of our sponsors. So I just got this today. All I've done is take it out of the package, but I have not unwrapped it. So I'm so excited. Oh, look, I got little, as my bestie calls it, sussies. I got little sussies. First off, I just want to show y'all. Here is her business card, right? Craftspirations. Y'all need to go check her out. Oh my God. How insanely adorable is that? And I've got a sticker and candy. No, I'm fluffy. I say this all the time. I'm not fat. Well, but I'm fluffy. Okay. So I'm fluffy and lovable. And like I said, I got candy. So yeah, that's gonna go right there because I'm gonna be eating some of that. Y'all, nobody needs to see that. Oh, she wrote something. Oh, well, the honor is all of ours for you sponsoring. Thank you. Oh, and she puts a cute little thank you card for her business. Okay, I can't stand it. I got to get into. Okay, look. He has this precious little unicorn. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the event tray. Oh my goodness. This is the event tray. Draw with Spangler, and she does have her wrong side. This is her signature right here. She did draw this, she created it, and then she molded it and cast it out. So I'm super excited, like I said, for the prizes, because each week she gives away a $15 off her shop. And then for the grand prize, she has like where it's a tray, a pin, wax, all kinds of goodies that go with it. So I also have this cute little pin. Thank you for my pin. And then I also got some, oh, she sent me some washi tape. Whoop, oh, no, putty down, putty down. Oh my God. So I ordered the putty. Yo, I ordered the putty. She also sent a cute little heart cover minder that she made. So I ordered the putty, which for the event, it is chocolate chip cookie and vanilla coffee. I just want to see what it smells like. Oh, that coffee smells so good. Okay, chocolate chip cookies, because I don't have any chocolate chip cookies here. I know, Randall, oh my God, that does smell just like chocolate chip cookies. And then she sent me a pen. Oh my God. What did she say? Something about pen. She said something about pen. Pen has a word of inspiration on it. Oh my God. I was trying to get it out. There's a word of inspiration on it. Look at this beautiful pen, y'all. Look at that pen. Is that not beautiful? That is beautiful. I love that. Oh, the colors. Oh my gosh. So thank you so much, Natalia. I'm definitely going to be putting that to use during the event. Okay. So I just wanted to show that off because she is one of our sponsors, and I wanted to show you, what she has for this event so that y'all can go and, oh, this pen has a word of inspiration on it. Never underestimate the differences you make and the lives you have touched. That's so sweet. Oh my God. Okay. So I know that y'all are not here for me. Y'all are here for Randall. So thank you for letting me get to all that. Yes, we definitely are lucky for the sponsorship. What's happening? I was just trying to show everybody our stuff from our sponsor. Okay, so now, like I said, if I've missed anybody in the chat, I'm so sorry, but I am bringing Randall in, who has been very patient with us. And then I'm also going to move him to the front spot.
Hello, Brandy.
So that, hello. Well, I guess I got to move you first before I can put you in the front spot.
And hello to everybody. I hope everyone is safe from the storms that went across the country this past weekend.
We had a lot of wind. I mean, like it got, I thought I was going to have to get in the closet or the bathroom because it said, like, it kept saying tornado tornado warning? And I was like looking up, which one's more dangerous, watch or warning?
Warning.
And I'm just like, okay, if I hear a train, I know to hunker.
Right,
I know to hunker.
Yes. I have been, well, let me start with the piece I'm working on, getting more work done on it. I hope to get a little more done this week, but I didn't. Last Tuesday morning, I left for St. Louis. Again, I mentioned earlier that working on Mom's house, the estate sale is about a week. I think I'm 2 weeks away now because they moved it 1 week. It was going to be a week away. And got to get every little detail done and things out of there. So it's been a full-time job doing that. And I actually came back to Kansas City yesterday just for this. So I got a little work done on the road when I was there. Lighting in Mom's house is absolutely terrible, even with moving lamps around and whatever. It's just not the same as here. But anyway, and Friday evening, the severe weather went through St. Louis, and you may have seen on the news they did have some tornadoes. So they said they're coming through at 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock, the tornado sirens went off.
No.
So headed for the basement and down there, and then came back up, and then they went off again and headed for the basement, and then came back up, and then they went off again. But everything was fine, at least at her house. But there were tornado touchdowns in various parts of the city. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm always scared because we don't have, living here, there's no basements.
I know. I don't know how a person lives without a basement. Where do you put
I know. It freaks me out. Because coming from Alabama, we had a basement, Tornado was coming, we got in the basement.
Yes,
there's nothing to get into here other than get into a bathroom and go, please don't get me.
And if you don't have a basement, where do you put all your stuff?
In closets.
Yeah, closets, right. Well, they're full too, as well as the basement. So anyway, always begin with the books. ABC book, D is for Draglings, bedtime story book, counting book, all available on my website, randallspangler.com. And thank you for the people that have ordered things. A couple of weeks ago were quite a few books. This week, some prints. The 2 coloring books there's a link to Amazon where the coloring books are on my website. And also a link to Redbubble, which has a whole variety of products. This is only one of them and only one image that's available on this product, but it's pretty cool what they have available.
It's kind of like a perfect one for a clock, I would say.
It is the most perfect. I did that piece to be a clock face when I originally did it years ago, and it was never put on a clock. So I'm excited about that one. And thanks to Leslie and Emily, who ordered that and gave that to me for my Christmas present, which was just really a surprise. It seems like it kind of odd that I wouldn't have my own artwork in here, and I was surprised by it, but I was. It was really neat. Okay.
I want to say real quick, hello, Sparkle Dust and Diamonds. Hello, Courtney. That just popped in. Everybody's like, everything is so cute. Hello, Jana and Bernice. Okay, so I apologize for that. Now,
right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over real quick. Now, originally on the first one, I said I was going to show you some pen and ink work. Mm-hmm. Well, I promise I'm going to get it done with being out of town all week long. And unfortunately, I leave again in the morning. I need to get to the art supply store and get some India ink in a bottle. I found my pinpoints. So next week, for sure, I will be doing a little pen and ink drawing. I will still be working on this piece, but I'll do some pen and ink drawing to show the process and how I did this.
We did have someone who participated and they did a drawing. And I will say, the one person that did their drawing, you did really cute. Seeing the little, her little dragling on the beach, it was so cute.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have to look at the entries. One thing I wanted to mention, one of the tools I use, and it's kind of new to me in my process of drawing is, you may remember last week, the fireman's jacket was actually gray, I was going to do it a gray color. After looking at more pictures and thinking about it, I thought, yellow would be kind of cool because I've seen firemen with yellow jackets. I found a lot of pictures of firemen with yellow, I guess, waterproof jackets. So to see how it would look on my iPad, I have something called Procreate. So I took a photo of my drawing and I went onto my iPad and boom, there's where it was. I don't know if you, hopefully I'm not getting a reflection there. There's where it ended last week. Get rid of that. And you can see the fireman has a gray jacket. So I was able to put a layer in on here and just draw in yellow just to see. And I do this because I can just see if I like the way it looks.
Right.
Without painting it on the final painting and going, oh, I don't like the way it looks. So here I was able to kind of test it out and see. And that's what it's kind of neat to be able to have that ability to try things. Because up to now, it's kind of like if you make a decision to make it one thing, it's, yeah, you're kind of stuck with it and it's hard to keep changing it and changing it. So I actually went over his jacket with some acrylic yellow, and you can see it's still kind of rough looking. The edges are rough. The shading isn't all there. I'll do more layers on top. But anyway, so that's how I decided to do the yellow jacket. And I like the way it kind of pops out from the background. And last week it was suggested that I do scrubs under the white coat of the paramedic. And so I looked up colors of scrubs, and it seems like one of the main colors is this kind of bluish tone, similar to some of the blues in here. And Brandy said, yes, that's what she would think it would be. And so I'm just starting to do some bluish tone for a scrub underneath his jacket there. So
That looks so cute.
I'm going to turn my camera around so I can actually draw here.
But yeah, I love the fact that with the advent of digital, it has allowed even traditional artists to do something. Don't forget to turn it sideways on the camera.
Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yes, it really has helped because I can, like I say, I can kind of experiment over there without experimenting on the final paper, just in case, I've done it before where I tried something and said, I don't think I like that, but I'm kind of stuck with it,
I don't know why it's not going sideways, but it's not.
No, it's not, is it? I'm just turning it all over the place. Why is it not going sideways?
There we go.
There we go.
Yay!
Takes a bit to get it just right and readjust.
Well, I know sometimes traditional artists can get a little, I guess, like
pull this up
nervous around the technology, but
yeah.
See, like you showing us like how you can be able to take it and still incorporate it and use it to help you. I think that's awesome.
Yes. I will admit I was one of the last people I know to use technology. I was terrified of it because I do not even have a computer, and I did not have any idea how to use a computer. And I thought, I'll never figure this out. And I was amazed how quickly I learned Procreate, even though I could learn a whole lot more, and how easy it is to use. It's kind of a fun thing to play with, to sketch out ideas in the beginning and again figure out compositions and such, and it's so simple to do these different layers. And you can draw out a dragon picture and decide, do I want a dragon here or do I want a dragon up here? Or you can do it both ways on different layers and just click it back and forth, and then how you want to draw it when it comes to drawing it onto the final paper.
And then can't you, I know, I think I saw one of the artist YouTubers that I follow that you can also like take your image that you have on there and you could try it different sizes. Like you can, so that if you want to move it up to a different perspective or whatever, you can actually resize it so you can see, do I want it this size or would it look better this size?
Yeah, possibly. Again, I really don't know that much about. I'm sure it does. It's kind of like an iPhone or a computer. It probably does 20 million things, and I know how to do 10 things. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But I'm learning each time I try.
You're learning. That's the important thing.
Yes.
Terry says that in California, the firemen have the yellow jackets.
Okay. you know, and I like that. I like the contrast between the yellow and the characters behind him. I think yellow is kind of a warm color, and that's something else with doing artwork. Warm colors kind of come forward when you look at a picture, whereas cool colors recede to the eye. Uh,
Mm.
Looking at things. So it kind of helps to have a warmer color. But again, you can see how rough it is. The edges are rough. You know, a lot of the details on it. So I'm going to have to get my paints out and really work on that. But I think I'm going to kind of work around on other things. What I was working on earlier today was just refining some of the images, like the face. The main one I was working on here was Rupert. I was just smoothing out the shading and more definition to the eyes and everything. Just getting really. I like to get my pencils really sharp here. That's my pencil sharpener over here. I have to put my arm under the camera there to get to it. But just to go in there and get really sharp edges and sharp details, and you can get in there and do just a little bit of shading in little spots that very subtle things, but in the long run they make a lot of difference. But I like to do that. And then let me hop over here. Let's change gears real quick, which is one of the fun things. If I could find my white acrylic, since I've got the middle dragon, the blue dragon, which that is Rupert is his name. I am going to, one of the last things I usually do in a piece, but since his eyes and such are pretty much done, I take just a little spot of white acrylic, and I like to put it on there because no matter what kind of white opaque watercolor or white colored pencil you put on, it's still not as bright a white as just a little bit of white acrylic. And see, you get that white on there and the eyes just kind of sparkle and pop, kind of like a diamond painting. The diamonds just sparkle, and this kind of gets his eyes sparkling. So if there's a something metal, like the head of the axe here, it would be highly reflective. So therefore, it could take just a little bit of sparkle on it too, and it kind of sets it off from the background. All these little, it's always fun to do some of the final touches on a piece because it just kind of brings it alive when you.
Oh yeah. Hey, bestie in the house. Susan, I'm sure. Yeah, the last one that's that DAC released, even if it sold out, like it's none of his recent ones are archived that I know of. I think they're just, if they're out of stock, they'll just put in a notification and they'll let you know when it's back. Hello, Liz from Texas. You're never late. Nobody's ever late. Hey, Joan, just glad y'all came in and pop in. Kara says the painting is looking so amazing.
Hello, Kara. Okay, so now that I've kind of added a little sparkle there, and a lot of his face, I would say, is finished. I probably do. He gets 3 little dots on his cheek. You know, Dagmar and Dewey. Dagmar has 4. Dewey has 5 on his cheek. Also with their tails. So this is Dewey over here, Dagmar here. And Rupert has 3. So there's the 3 little balls on the end of his tail, and he will have 3 little warts on his cheek. I'm not going to draw them on yet because I've got a dark green pencil here. I am going to jump over to the draglines and just do some refining of the edges and things that just kind of make them, finishes them off and gets all the fine little details done.
So that's how you get them to be so vibrant and bright, is by building up the colors and stuff?
Yes, lots of layers of colored pencil and watercolor. And then again, as I go in, even though it looks like it's all finished and drawn, I go in and I want to just a little pump up the shadows and things a little bit more. So it's not a very fast process, but it's kind of what it needs to give it dimension and give it shape and such. Now, one of the things I do on the nose is kind of makes them look round, more like a ball, is you notice I do dark underneath, because most of the light's coming from the top. But even like here on Rupert, this little lighter area on the bottom edge, that would be considered reflected light. Say, I don't know, off of things around them or something. It just kind of, if you leave that area a little lighter, not as light as the top, it just gives a little more dimension and a feeling of a round nose there. So,
I love their little rounded noses.
yes. Yeah, so just a little bit here and there, and then a little more shading up under his hat.
Did you go with the dark blue for the? Yeah, I can see it
For
now.
the uniform, it is a very dark blue. Again, if you look close, I guess you can see things. You can see that it's still very rough. I need more definition on the edges. You see a little light areas popping through, these little tan spots and streaks and things. That's actually the paper showing through. So
Oh,
by the time I'm done, those areas will be covered and he'll have good definition to his arms and underarms and such here. But that's some of the last layers I put in there. And I am looking for a very light green here. I like my shading to go gently from a dark to a light rather than, just a dark area with a sharp edge. It doesn't look like I'm doing much, but it's getting done.
no, I mean we can definitely see the progression, of what it looked like to start and now. Hello,
Yes.
Brandy. Kara says that's the exact color of her son's police uniform.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's helped that people have told me what they look like, and some colors and stuff has really helped a lot. Now here I'm using, instead of a light green, I'm using kind of a cream color because I think white is a little too white for the highlights on the green areas, but the cream is just enough. And I think some of the green shows through, so it seems to work. And then I can also use the cream as a highlight on his tan areas.
Roxanne, you're not late, sweetie. Just glad you could join us.
Oh, definitely. Glad you made it, Roxanne. And
Oh, Carolyn says she wants to thank you for working with Crashly for the images on the release papers. I'm glad that he's licensed with her because mine are on their way. They were supposed to be here today, but they got stuck somewhere, and so they better. I'm waiting on pins and needles for them to get here. But and for those that don't know, Craft with Crashly is also one of our sponsors, and since Randall is licensed with her, that means when you buy his release papers, he does get a little bit from that, and any way that we can support Randall, we do.
yes, I'm licensed, so she will have the draglings on her products. And little highlights here and there. And it's just amazing how many times I go over and over and over and sharpen edges when I'm working on a piece, like even along his edge of his mouth here. See, it's not right. You have to smooth out those little areas. So this is some of the stuff that just takes so long to finish pieces.
Yeah, but the way they look when they're done, pure perfection.
That is what makes them work in the end. Yes, yes. See, and sometimes I'll be doing this and I'll see something way over here and go, oh, I need to do a little bit over there too. Like the ear up here. The ear could use a little more shading up here. So anyway, eventually I get it all done. And when there's nothing left to do, then the piece is finished.
Oh.
So
I was
okay.
just looking at them. They're just so precious.
So his eyes, now see, as I look at him, I like his eyes. I feel like they could have more definition to them. So I'm taking a very dark green and going around the edges of it to kind of make it stand out, pop a little bit more. And then something I don't use much of, but a little bit of black around the edge of the eyes. Just as kind of what it needs to, for the eyes to pop out a little bit more, especially right around that top edge there. So there you can see how the eyes just are kind of popping out a little more compared to, say, this dragling's eyes. This is Dagmar over here. And even Rupert could use just a little bit along this edge here.
Brandy said she just started her first Spangler canvas, and this is also her first Spangler event. She's excited to support a local Kansas citizen. She grew up in Kansas City and now lives in Lee's Summit.
Oh, yes, that's very close. I go through Lee Summit quite often, actually. My chiropractor is at Lee Summit.
Oh, wow. See, look at that small world. Well, Brandy,
it is.
you're gonna get addicted to these draglings because they're very easy to get addicted to working on. That's right. Welcome to the Spangler Club.
So now I've got a dark blue here. This is a peacock blue.
Do you want to? We can't really. It's you're up at the top of the.
Oh, am I? Sorry.
I'm looking at okay.
I'm not looking at the screen, but thank you for telling me. Anytime I'm working my way off of the screen, do tell me.
Okay.
But again, this is a peacock blue, but I'm going over the policeman's uniform to give him more blue.
Y'all, am I the only one that this thinks is so precious that he's got his little arms crossed? Is that just me?
Well, he's a policeman. You know, they just have such authority about him, you know, and presence, you know, when you meet one. And so little dragon's going to be trying that.
Oh, Nancy's ordering pajama time. Oh, you go. Happy early birthday, Nancy. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy.
Monica Baby says, watching Mr. Spangler draw and listening to him talk about his art as I'm working on one of his paintings makes me appreciate and love his artwork even more. And Sherry's gotta love our dragons.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think it's kind of fun to do this. And I think it's kind of neat that you're able to see how I do it and what I do. You know, and I used to be nervous about kind of working with people and showing people because I would always think the world is full of so many amazing artists. And of course, you can see that by looking to what Diamond Art Club has to offer. Just incredible artists. And I was, instead of, you know, and I used to feel very intimidated by that, like, oh, my artwork's not nearly as good as anybody else's. And I'm not saying it is as good, it is, but I guess finally got to an age in my life where I said, well, this is what it is. And I love doing it, and I'm going to put it out there, and that's just the way it is. So,
well, trust me, you're one of our favorites. Oh, Nancy, your birthday is today. Oh, well, then happy birthday! Everybody's got to say happy birthday to Brandy. Susan, you are not too late to join the event. Absolutely not. You can still join in the event. Oh. Because today is St. Patrick's Day, you can't pinch the dragons because they are green.
Yeah, yes. I saw my fake Facebook post. It was my It's Good to Be Green dragon.
Oh, we passing out some more chocolate chip cookies. Yay, everybody saying happy birthday to Nancy. That's awesome. Man, so you're a St. Patrick's Day baby. Oh, that's like lucky, right?
Really. Okay. So, oops, I grabbed the wrong pencil.
Kara says, that's what makes you so special. You're willing to share your talent with us, and we love every minute of it.
Well, it's motivation for me to get down here and do some work too. If I've got to be down here and I've got a piece I've got to get finished. As I had said at the beginning of this piece needs to be finished by the end of the month. As I said, I'm taking off tomorrow morning for St. Louis again, and I will probably be there most of the week. But next week, I am home most of the week. So I will be able to really focus on this a lot more and get a lot more done.
Thank you, Alyssa. She is our mod with the most. She's got if you have not joined the event and you would like to join, please don't forget, you can diamond paint, you can cross stitch, you can color in one of his coloring books, or you can draw something as Randall is working. That's the beauty of this particular event, is because if you're like, I got too many crafts going on at the same time, but you could draw something.
Pull out a piece of paper and draw something. Follow along. Draw a dragon's face if you want, or draw your own dragon, whatever you would like.
Oh, Wendy's birthday was yesterday. Well, Wendy, happy late birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Ashley's oldest turned 16 yesterday. My goodness, that's a birthdays.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to a dark brown now to add more definition to these areas here. And I don't know if you can see the difference, but how in the beginning this dragling looked a little more like this one. And so now I'm getting more shape to his face, more definition, sharper edges, all those things. So he's starting to come together there.
Yeah, you can definitely start seeing the differences.
Yes. And that's how I finish off a piece. As much as I do in the beginning, to finish him, I have to go in and just sharpen all these edges and dark areas and shadows and things.
And our little girl usually gets eyelashes, right?
Yes. She's over here. I will give her eyelashes here just a little.
But see, I love how different each of the faces, like, even though I know that they're twins, but like even how different they look with their stature too is just so cute.
So a little more shading under the parts of the belly here.
Oh, we're off screen again a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, how about if I jump over here to, this will be Dagmar over on this side. And since I've already got a dark brown pencil, a lot of times I will decide, well, what color do I want to work? And I'll see a pencil has just been sharpened, so I'll grab it. I like pencils with sharp points. And I know I can sharpen any of them, but I have a tendency to reach for the ones that are already sharpened.
Makes sense. Then you don't have sharpened, you just grab what you got.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing a little definition around the jawline and around the ears, a little dark just down in there. And I want to go work on her eyes a little bit. She's already got some pretty good dark green around her eyes. And a little bit back in here. And under her little helmet here. And that's fine.
Brandy, you're fine. You can still do a start picture. Because since it doesn't have to be a brand new canvas, it just has to be less, there's supposed to be more than or about 50% left to work on. So you can still post that in the start picture. That's not an issue. And week 3 is up.
Hard to believe this is week 3.
I know, right? It's and I'm on spring break this week, so been enjoying that.
So let's see, spring break up here, everyone likes to go down to Florida for spring break.
Florida people, I don't plan on going anywhere, but we always went someplace else. If we were going to travel, we definitely went someplace else when it's spring break, which of course the problem is Florida here right now, spring break here, as far as for tourists, lasts for quite a while because different places have different spring breaks. So they all come down at different times. So basically, anytime in March and April, I just try not to go down to the beach very often.
Uh-huh. I just remember all the old beach movies from the 60s, you know, with Annette Funicello and
Oh,
all of them. Those are kind of fun things to watch. I'm sure they weren't anything like reality, but they were fun.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, the beaches do get super crowded.
Do they?
They do, and depending on what part of the beach you're in, they do have lifeguards and things like that at certain parts of the public beach. But if you're on a private beach or one that's not public access as much, then you don't have a lifeguard, and then that's when you have to be worried. And pay attention to the flags because people don't even pay attention. Like if you've got a red flag or double flag or blue flag, you definitely don't go out there with a blue flag, because they're trying to warn you about riptides or dangerous sea creatures that are spotted out and about. Or
I just go down there and go, oh, look at all the pretty flags they put out. I don't have any idea.
Oh yeah, they try putting posters everywhere, like to tell people, please pay attention to the flags because, well, I mean, and people don't realize how bad a riptide can be, and how dangerous it can be. Sparkle Dust and Diamond says the uniform colors look awesome together. Loving that bright yellow center stage.
Yeah, it'll be much better and distinctive when I'm finished here. But okay, so now you can see I've added the eyelashes here to Dagmar. And now I'm doing some of the same shading that I did over here on Dewey. I haven't added the little bumps on their cheeks yet. I'll get to that. I just want to make sure I get all the shading the way I want it first. And then those go in at the last.
Roxanne wants to know, Randall, what was your very first dragling painting that you did?
Oh, my. Very first. Boy, that's hard to say. I think I drew dragons. My gosh, that goes all the way back to maybe late 70s was probably my first dragon. Gee, that was the last century, wasn't it? And there was a picture I did of a teacup and saucer, and I drew two little dragons around the teacup and saucer. They didn't look like these guys, but I think that was probably the first one. That was the beginning of these guys. There were two of them, and they didn't have the big eyes and the faces and stuff yet, but it kind of gave me the idea for doing very small dragons that kind of run around the house and get into things. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for a very dark blue. This might work. I'm going to keep going around this thing with my pencil sharpener. I have a lot of these things over on the left side of my drawing table because that's where the plug is, the outlet to plug them into.
Natty wants to know, when did you draw Reading Tree?
Oh my. Speaking of Florida, Reading Tree, I believe I drew when I was in Florida because I would go to art festivals there during the winter. I used to go to lots of art festivals all over the country. So January and February, I would go to Florida for 2 to 3 weeks at a time and stay down there the whole time period, which was really the main reason I went down there to art festivals. So I could get a little place on the beach, and in between the weekends, I could just sit there and look at the ocean and draw pictures. And that one actually began as two individual drawings of uh, a dragon leaning against a tree. And then I did another dragon leaning against a tree facing the other direction. Well, and they were on two separate pieces of paper. And after I drew those, I kind of laid them on the table and looked at them and thought, you know, if I had a tree between them, that would be really cool. So I took a third piece of paper and drew the tree with the face on it in the middle. And on the original painting, I cut out the edges of the tree and glued the three pieces of paper together. So the person that has the original drawing, you know, can see the layers and how I did that. But when I made the print of it, you know, it was all one level. But that was done in Florida, and I
That is
cannot
so
tell
cool.
what year it was done though. There should be a date next to my name where I actually signed the picture. There might be a 07, 06, or 10 or something like that, a number that might be in there somewhere. And that would be the year that I have done it.
Just so you know, yeah, there you go. So I'm fixing to say you're almost off the screen.
Oops, here we go again. Here we go again. Okay, so you can see now what I'm doing. I've got the dark blue, really sharp point, and I'm going down the eyes and just giving nice definition to the blue part of the eyes, the outside edges of it. It just kind of makes their eyes pop a little more, be a little more vibrant, and see, just
See, in our world, that kind of reminds me of DMC 995.
okay.
Becoming one of my favorite colors.
Oh, okay.
Christine says that she found a picture called Perfect Aim that shows older draglings.
Oh, yes, yes. That is a very old piece. I'd have to look it up to see when it was done. Um, yes, they did look different then. That was a little different. They had evolved a bit from that very first drawing with the teacup to that, but they had very long, pointy ears. They were a little thinner. They've eaten a lot of cookies, uh, and their eyes weren't quite as big. So they've evolved over the years. Yes. And
But I
perfect
think
aim is the two draglings sewing. One of them is trying to do some sewing, and he's holding the cloth up, I believe, with his eyes closed, and the other one's got two hands with the needle about to jab it through the cloth. If I remember, that's how they were done.
oh, that is so cute. Well, I
So,
think with any characters, you know, if you look back at, especially characters that have been around for a while,
mm-hmm.
you know, I think back to what. Now, granted, this was before my time, people. I know that I'm older, but this is before my time. But I
Mm-hmm.
have seen pictures of what Mickey Mouse looked like when he was
Yes,
first drawn.
yes. And supposedly he was first drawn at his studio here in Kansas City.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, a little building that Walt Disney used as a little art studio, and supposedly it was based on a little mouse that ran around that studio.
And see, I've seen some of the, you know, behind the scenes, but not like, or what do they call it? Like Walt Life, or
Mm-hmm.
there's like a show kind of thing at Disney, like that I've gone there. I've gotten to see his original desk with the
Oh yes,
pencils and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh.
yes, yes. Yeah, they've never made a big deal about that. In Kansas City, it's more of a big deal, I think, than with Disney itself. Uh, I think a lot of people in Kansas City wonder, well, why doesn't Disney buy this building? Because it's still there where Walt started and supposedly began Mickey Mouse, but it is still sitting there. I think it's just sitting there empty.
See, that is such a shame because, like, how many people would love to actually? I mean, a lot of people like just being in the same area as, you know, walking through a space that once belonged to, you know, because when I went to Ireland, even though you can't go in the house, there's there is a plaque on one of the buildings it was the building that Bram Stoker wrote Dracula in.
Oh, wow.
So there's a plaque so that you can know you are where he wrote Dracula from.
So as you can see, I pulled on my white paint again. I want to put these highlights in the eyes. I just love to see the tiny little highlights here and there. And sometimes these little bitty highlights like that, last little bit there, disappear in the diamond painting because they have to make everything fit the size of a diamond. But they do an amazing job of reproducing these pieces.
Christine, I think, said that it was 1986, I guess, that you did that perfect aim.
Okay.
Yeah, I still can't believe that it was a real mouse. See that right there? That's going to make me just like, wow. He looked at a mouse and went, and then that became the most famous mouse in the world. Yeah, so, One Man's Dream. That was the name of the show. One Man's Dream.
Yes.
But see, I feel like, your land that you've created, Olandia, like it's a land that we would all want to go to and be a part of. I'm telling you, just
thank you. It's where I live, so that helps. That helps. So you can see I did a little more shading on Dagmar over here. Got her eyelashes on and got the bright white highlight in her eyes. You can kind of see how all their eyes are really sparkling and their personalities really starting to come through with that. So
Kerwin said, wasn't the studio called Laugh-O-Gram or something like that?
Was that Disney or was that? It may have been, but I'm trying to think. There are other cartoon series that had things similar. Boy, I'd have to look all that up.
That's so crazy.
I'd have to look it all up. I don't know. So is it, are we about time to start?
Oh my gosh, we got to do our
how many prizes?
I've got to do a different type of drawing.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the spreadsheet. So for this week, we have the Craspirations $15 gift card. We have another canvas. This one is Virus Detected. And then we have the $50 DAC gift card. So those are the three that we are giving away this week. Next week will be back like week one because there'll be another Crashly's gift card next week. So y'all definitely want to tune in for that. But we're going to start with the Craspirations, which y'all saw the tray that I showed at the beginning. I'm just going to quickly pop on here so I can show them the tray one more time, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I just wanted to show y'all. So she has the Draw with Spangler trinket tray, and she also has the Event Putty chocolate chip cookies and vanilla coffee, and the chocolate chip cookie smells just like chocolate chip cookies.
That's about the best combination of smells you could possibly have, and tastes if you could taste it.
And she does have pins
and coffee. Oh.
I'm mad that I did not. I was gonna bake me some chocolate chip cookies, and I accidentally left them out too long. Didn't realize that I had left it sitting out. I thought, you know how like sometimes you're like, no, I put it back in the fridge. I didn't.
Uh-oh.
I did not put it back in the fridge. So now I don't have my chocolate chip cookies. But okay. So let me go ahead and for this week we had now I did say for those people that just joined the event and you didn't post a progress, but you did put your start picture, I have included you in the spreadsheet, okay? Because I do go back through the start photos to get anybody who's joining us a little bit later in the event, which is perfectly fine. So we had a total of 133 this week.
Okay. So you need numbers. The first number. Well, let's start at the top. How about 133?
All right. So number 133 is Pamela Malin Foley. Woohoo!
Congratulations, Pamela.
Congratulations, Pamela. So, by the way, for the winners, if you will contact me, you can either message me, email me. If you email me at mysteryofdiamonds@gmail.com. And if you message me, I will be able to send you out. If it's a code, I can send you the code. So for Pamela, I do need, or no, I've got the thing for you. So I just need you to message me. Okay. So the second prize, which our beautiful, and wonderful moderator, who is the link queen, Alyssa, is very kindly donating the canvas Virus Detected. So that is the next one.
Okay, that'll be number 102.
Okay, so 102. All right. Oh, wow. So this is our person that did the drawing. Sylvia Brannon. Sylvia Brannon.
Oh, well, congratulations, Sylvia.
Congratulations, girl. I've got to copy the name and put it in my spreadsheet here. Oh, it didn't do right. There we go. And for the final one, we have and I can't see if they're in the chat or not, but congratulations, guys. Okay, so the final one is the $50 gift card to GAC.
Oh, that's the big one.
That's the big one.
Okay, let's go down to number, let's see, 53.
All right, 53 is Carrie Lee Glasgow. Carrie Lee Glasgow. Congratulations, Carrie. I definitely need you to contact me, and I need the same email address you use for DAC.
That's a great, yes. And
Yeah.
thanks Diamond Art Club for giving that to us so we can have those as prizes.
I know. I am always so grateful that they do that for us.
Yeah, they're amazing. They've supported us all along. They're great company to work with.
They are. Sorry if I'm trying to make sure I get this typed in correctly.
So you can see, I even though I kind of worked on little tiny things this whole time period here, how their faces are really coming alive and starting to pop out and getting some personality there and getting the right shading in.
Let's see this one. I mean, they are just like, I can't believe that this thing's going to be finished at the end of March. Like, it's going to be just, I'm going to have it when it comes out. I guarantee you, I am going to have to snatch it, grab it, and fight anybody that tries to take it. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm not going to fight nobody, but I will be there ready with my fingers on the button.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah. I know that this one, I think this one would be one that would be a fast seller. Like, I mean, I may be wrong, but I feel it. I feel it in my gut.
And I'm sure everyone is waiting on the one where Rick Lorenz and I collaborated with his birds doing my dragons as a diamond painting, and my draglings doing his birds as a diamond painting. That's a big piece everyone's waiting on.
Oh, both of those, I can guarantee you, both of those are also going to sell out like super quick. And the bad thing is it's going to be like, can we be fast enough to get both of them in our cart at the same time?
Well, I'm not quite sure how they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to release them both at once, or they're going to put a little space in there because, that's going to be two major pieces out there at once, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they're going to handle that. They are the experts on how they do things like that. So,
like personally, I hope that they release them not at the same time, just because trying to grab both of them in the cart at the same time tends to slow down the process, and then you lose. And it's like, no.
Yeah. So,
But
anyway.
we are definitely looking forward to both of those coming out because, like I said, it's the very first artist collab that we have ever seen in the diamond painting community. So,
and it may not be the last.
Oh, that would be
I have
really
no
cool.
plans or no idea what's going to happen, but you just never know.
You never know, right? Yeah.
Right.
Sherry says, yeah. She knows, Brandy, I know 100% that you just want to reach through the screen and grab that painting. No, I want it to be finished, but I'm definitely going to be. When this sucker comes out, I'm going to be sticky. And Kerwin says that he really wants to thank him and Crashly. Want to thank you for how quickly you worked on that design for the release paper, even though you were busy, but you still took that time to do that. So thank you.
I am turning the camera back around.
Yes, I'm gonna
into this, and there we go. Okay.
There we go.
And I'm always afraid to push buttons here. There's both of us. I finally figured out the right button to push.
Hey, look at there. Well, I had technical issues earlier tonight.
So work done on it, and we'll see what kind of progress I make by next week.
I can't believe that it has already, it's just so fast. But just so you know, guys, we have, next week, even though it's listed as week 4, keep in mind that the grand prize is going to be drawn at, a week after that. So,
right. So we really have 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, we were lucky. This month gave us kind of 5 weeks.
It gives me an extra week to work on this too.
But as always, I can't believe our time is up, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming and joining and for supporting Randall and just being here and being so available to us. It means so much that you come and you do this for us. And thank you guys for joining. And it means a lot to me to get to watch my favorite artist create, and that you include us in your creation. So we really appreciate it.
I'm just thrilled anyone has any interest in even looking at what I'm doing, honestly.
Well, we are obsessed with those little draglings, and like I said, if there were ever, some people are trying to hunt down the ones that had been made into figurines long time ago. So people are still like eBaying those and trying to find those. And, I know people anything they can get of the draglings, whether it be something older or if they ever come out in another form.
Well, yes.
So we are just grateful. I'm so glad you do have that stuff with Redbubble because, it makes decorating even nicer.
Oh yeah, they've got shower curtains and I think bedspreads and just on and on and on and on with the stuff. It's amazing.
And I want to make sure I got this correct, because it's through Redbubble. You still, when people purchase that, you still get.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I get a percentage of it. Yes, absolutely.
Because that's the one thing we always want to make sure that if we are buying something with a dragling on it, that Randall is getting something from it. So, and thank you so much to the sponsors that are sponsoring us. We greatly appreciate it. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm going to leave you like I always do. Reach for the stars. grab hold on, and never let go. Until the next time.
See
Bye,
you next
guys.
week. Bye.